Cool Wrestling. I am Vig with Local Rings Podcast. I'm here with Christopher Ruins and Ruiz. Ramos, better known as the Defiance.
Yep.
And current number one contenders to the Anchor Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions as of today.
That's correct.
Mm-hmm. So, first question's got to be about that. Like, do you know who your opponents are yet, or how that's going to work?
No, I mean, in all reality, we just kind of show up and take what we want. So that's kind of the whole Defiance thing, you know? I mean, we came to Anchor Pro. We weren't really expecting anything out of it. Now we've got a shot at the tag titles. Whoever that may be is obviously not going to succeed, as we've proven tonight. We come in, we win, we take championships, we go home. That's it.
I mean, we almost broke a man's neck over it. So, I mean, you be the judge of that, I guess. I mean, you know, we're the renegades. You know, people don't kind of shun us out, and we kind of come in as outsiders in a way. But I mean, we prove people wrong time and time again, and now we're number contenders for the tag titles. So I guess we'll see what happens.
And this will be the inaugural tag titles, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Does that mean anything special to you guys to be the first champions?
I mean, we know what we're worth, and quite frankly, we just come in and we destroy and we dominate as per usual. I think it means a lot to me. I know it means a lot to him. I mean to speak for you, but
I mean, we've done this before. You know, like this is not our first rodeo. I've done this for 9 years. Chris has done this close to 6 years, and we've kind of just gone everywhere and done what we need to do. We've been inaugural tag champions at other companies. We've won tag titles at other companies, at other states. We've gone throughout the United States winning tag team championships. We were UFW's first ever tag team champions. We've been ACW tag team champions. We've won Delta tag team champions. We've won everything pretty much that we want to. As long as we want it, we take it.
So let's go back to the beginning for you guys. How did you find wrestling?
Oh man, I mean, for me, I grew up watching wrestling. That was just kind of my escape from a lot of things. Wrestling saved me in a lot of ways. I've been doing it now for about 9 years. I started in about 2017. So we're coming up next year on my 10-year anniversary of pro wrestling. Gotten to wrestle a lot of cool guys, gotten to meet a lot of cool guys in the business, and it's done a lot for me personally. So I mean, I've met, like I said, friends. I've made family out of it, you know. So it's cool. I started out in Long Island, New York, at a small school called ACW. With guys like Riley Daniels, as you saw tonight, was there. Lawrence Spiral, one of our colleagues, Menace, a bunch of different guys that we started with that really kind of helped us out. I know that was a starting point for you as well. But I mean, I started kind of later, not late, but I was going on 21 years old. I mean, he was only 16 when we started getting him into it, so, I mean, for me, that's my story of where we kind of started, and then coming down here now, I realize it's a little bit of a bigger playing field in Florida to kind of get your name out there. So you got to adapt and be unique. You can't just be the next generic guy that comes out to a rock song and does a couple of suplexes. You got to actually show them you're worth something.
Yeah, I started at 16, 2018, and I started in the same little garage that he started in with the same people training me. But throughout those first, I would say 4 or 5 years, I was very inconsistent. It wasn't entirely my fault, but it was also partially my fault. I wasn't actually putting the work in. I wasn't taking it as seriously. I think I liked the idea of being a wrestler in the beginning rather than actually putting the work in. But it also really wasn't completely my fault because I didn't really have connections like that at the time. I lived in Pennsylvania, and there wasn't much going on down there. I also didn't have a car or rides to go to other than him, but he moved to Florida before I did. I moved a couple of years later, and as I got down here, I realized this is all I want. The same way it is for him, the same way it is for me. I mean, whenever I'm asked what I want out of wrestling, it's just peace of mind. I don't think I really get that other than being in the ring where I don't have to think about the bad things in my mind. But that's pretty much where I'm at. I mean, consistently, I would say a total of maybe 3 years, but if you want to be technical, about 6 or 7 years.
But what made you guys decide you wanted to be a tag team? Was that instantaneous, or?
Oh, that was from the beginning. I mean, we grew up watching together. I mean, I started watching at 3 or 4 years old, just like him. We used to wrestle each other in our basement, on trampolines and whatnot, and we'd set out mattresses and pillows and just wrestle, and we always just had the idea of coming up together. I mean, that still hasn't changed to this day.
I mean, the idea of getting a team and do stuff with your younger brother is always a cool idea, obviously. You grow up watching guys like the Hardy Boys and the Dudleys and D-Generation X and the Usos now, and seeing like guys that are, whether they're blood or not, seeing a brotherly thing like that, it kind of makes you wonder, like, man, we could do that, And I think that was kind of always the goal deep down from the start. We didn't start as a team. I went my own singles route. He went his own singles route. It wasn't until we wrestled for a company in Pennsylvania called Delta that they kind of paired us together. We won tag team championships there. Then we kind of went our separate ways again, and then UFW put us back as Defiance with our cousin Devin Sabin, who's not here today. But we kind of get to do that now all together as a family thing, which is really cool. We're not from a wrestling family by any means. We don't have, uncles and dads and sisters and moms that were in the business.
We're the first.
Yeah, we started that, that we were the do not try this at home kids in our parents' basement.
And it's the same way, like, that's where the Hardys came from. They were backyard wrestlers and did pretty good for themselves.
Yeah, I think it kind of really stemmed from, like, him getting a trampoline for his birthday. Yeah. And then we were really understanding that. So, I mean, I think it's pretty cool knowing that we, get to kind of start out like the Hardys did in a way, going kind of indies and doing trampoline stuff together. And I think we've got a lot more to show people than what we've been able to. I think it's something that we're going to still get the opportunity to. I don't like to think of we might be able to. I know we will. Because confidence will get you very far in this business, not arrogance. But if you're confident enough, you got to be, or you're never going to make it in this. I'm confident we're good enough to be those people.
And it's not just us. We, like he said, we have our cousin Devin Sabin, and we won't go up without him, obviously, either. I mean, that's full Defiance. I mean, we can be Defiance with each other. Me and Devin can be Defiance with each other. But a long story short, the three of us are the power trip together. I also wouldn't be here without the trainers that got me here, like Riley, Menace, all the Long Island guys, people from Delta, and then now my current trainer, Hound Dog, Rafael Hound Dog Gonzalez, definitely got me to where I am now because I started taking it seriously. And like, there's a lot of stepping stones we've had getting up to this point, and I think I'm just very proud to be by his side, and not only his side, but my cousin's side as well.
Did you come to Florida because it's such a hotbed for wrestling right now, or?
Yes and no. So for people that maybe know it and maybe don't, Pennsylvania's minimum wage is $7.25 an hour. It is horrific to try to live out there and make a living, but it is also horrific to try to get your name out there as a wrestler. You've got maybe one or two companies that are actually running out there, and they're extremely hard to get into. Florida's, wrestling land.
Every town has its own promotion, it seems
right,
like.
Exactly. And that's kind of where I looked at it, was like, I've had family down here for a while, so I just wanted a better life for my children. I wanted a better life for myself. So it was kind of pick up and go. We came here for WrestleMania 37, I want to say, when they came back from the pandemic. I moved like 2 months later because I was just determined, like, that's what I'm going to be at one day. I'm going to be at WrestleMania, but the only way I'm going to do that is if I can be a wrestler. And so I packed up, came down here, and have no regrets whatsoever.
How did you guys find Anchor Pro? And do you have anywhere else you go to, or is this your home base?
We got a few.
So we knew Ashton a few years ago when I moved here in 2023. We met him. He was starting off as a ring announcer. He was doing some referee work. Eventually some things happened, but those things don't matter now. All that matters is that we're here now. He started running Anchor Pro Wrestling, and he wanted us to be part of it. I was more than flattered that he wanted me and Alex and Devin to be part of it, and ever since then we have just done our thing. We've done our thing, and now we're just part of it now.
Yeah, I mean, I think we all speak, everybody can try to run a promotion, obviously, you can all take your hand in it. I run RBW, and it's, my baby, it's what's true to my heart is how much I love wrestling is running RBW, but Ashton has gotten something special going. He's trying his best to make this work, and I respect that, especially for such a young kid to be just kind of thrown into this and take the shot of, well, a million people said I can't do it, but I think I can, and I respect that. We've known him for quite a few years. I mean, I've known him before he was doing any of this, just kind of getting his feet into the business. But I am, like Chris said, I'm flattered that he wanted to give us that opportunity to try to, show what Defiance can do here. I think that's pretty cool. So I think, being here a part of Anchor Pro, we can build up what Defiance is supposed to be, just like we've built it up at UFW, just like we've built it up at RBW. Every company that we try to go to and make it work at, we always succeed with that. So I think that's something we can do.
Guys.
Yeah, and anyone who says otherwise about the kid running a promotion, like, dude, it's all about trial and error. I mean, we weren't perfect when we started running RBW. I think, someone as young as him doing it, not only running a promotion at 18, but by himself is insane. But people can say what they want. I mean, it doesn't matter as long as he's true to himself and he wants this as, part of his life. I think that's all that matters, and it will succeed,
And I just met him recently at another show. Anybody that's given him a hard time, like, what were you doing as a high school senior?
Yeah.
Like, he's still in school, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. Yeah.
He told me a story, and it was like, you got to be on my show. Like, you got to tell everybody else, too, because that was just wild. Like, started to distract, like, putting him over for you guys.
Listen, like I said before, it's insane that he's doing it on his own at such a young age. I mean, when I started helping run RBW, I was about 17 years old. I was almost around the same exact age. It almost stressed me the hell out so much that I just didn't want to do it no more. But I pulled through, and that's the same exact thing he's doing. Whether it's a bad show, whether it's a good show, whether it's a great show, whether it's a terrible show, it don't matter. As long as he wants it and he works at it, it's going to succeed regardless.
I think it's a lot. Some of the advice I was given is your first time's probably going to suck. Your second time is probably going to suck, but it'll suck just a little bit less. And it's just build it and build it and build it until you get to where you want it to be, and then kind of enjoy the fruits of your labor. That's something I've heard from a lot of other people I've talked to is your first match might not be great. Your second match might not be great, but it'll be just a little bit better. Mm-hmm. Is that the experience you guys have had as a wrestler?
It's funny because, actually, it's ironic because one of the best pieces of advice that I don't know if it's really considered advice. It's more of just like a statement or a wisdom of mine thing. I got it from Riley Daniels years ago. He always told me, if you're not feeling the butterflies before a match, if you're not feeling anxiety before a match, and you feel nothing before a match, before a show, you shouldn't be in this business because it means you don't care anymore. Those butterflies in your stomach, the mind games that get played in your head, doubting yourself, that's all part of the game. So the moment that you don't feel some sort of way before a show, before a match, you shouldn't be behind that curtain. I think that goes hand in hand with that kind of thing because I used to really doubt myself pretty bad. And it wasn't really until recently, only a few months ago, because I took a 1-year hiatus off of wrestling because I just didn't think I was good enough to be in it. And once again, I let myself go. I got heavy. I didn't care anymore. I started wrestling again. UFW was my first match back this past October. Ever since then, I have never felt a more significant amount of confidence in myself, and now I'm putting on matches that I never thought I could put on.
Yeah, no, I mean, I definitely agree with the butterflies thing. Like I kind of piggybacking off of that and what I said before, confidence is a big thing in this business. If you doubt yourself, you've got your opponent's life in your hands out there. And if you're not focused, if you're not understanding what you're doing out there, you could kill somebody. And a lot of people don't understand that. Like we could have a million people call this fake. I've got torn labrum in my shoulder. I've had 14 concussions. I had to retire for a year because I didn't think I was physically able to do it anymore and no doctor would clear me. I've had broken ribs, torn meniscus, a torn ACL. I mean, if they want to say it's fake, that's fine. But when you go out there, like advice-wise, I mean, the only advice I've ever held on to is from my grandmother who passed away, my Nana. Be the best you can be at anything you want to be. And that was the last thing she ever said to me before she died. And I've always held on to that since I was a little kid because you can be anything you want in the world if you put your mind to it. I could be the president if I really wanted to push myself and put my mind to it. But if I don't have confidence that I can be the president, I'm not going to be the president. If I don't have confidence I'm a wrestler and I'm a good wrestler, then I'm not going to make it work. So it doesn't really, work for anybody in that sense who doesn't have that confidence. Some people call it arrogance, and that's fine. But there is arrogance, and then there's confidence. If you have arrogance, you may make it, but you're not going to make it in the right ways. If you have confidence and you're a decent person, you'll get there. It just might be harder than the guy that was arrogant, but it's going to pay off more in the end. And that's the advice I've always stuck with my entire career is confidence over arrogance, 100%.
It's the people that call wrestling fake piss me off as a fan. Like, sports are a game of inches. Like football, you might be an inch away from a first down or touchdown. Wrestling, you're an inch away from not walking. Like if you over-rotate, under-rotate, somebody drops you at a wrong angle. And people at home don't seem to understand that. The non-casual fans or the doubters that maybe you see a spot that just looks kind of janky in some way, like it happens. There's errors in baseball, there's penalties in football, like every sport has it. It drives me nuts as a fan when people call it fake because I've seen injuries firsthand. I see what you guys go through. I've seen the bruises, the bumps. Like, were all your injuries caused from wrestling?
Yeah. I mean, I maybe have had like I had a tear in my forearm when I worked at a warehouse, but pretty much all my injuries were wrestling. I mean, I fell out of the ring the wrong way, and I heard my shoulder pop out, and I tore the labrum off the bone. I've had 14 different concussions from wrestling, almost all of them from wrestling, to the point where no doctor would medically clear me for a year straight until I went through a bunch of medical trials and physical therapy and medication and all this other stuff. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, the injuries come with the job. Like, I mean, the most cliche saying is this isn't ballet, because it's not. But I mean, I'm grateful that I'm still healthy enough to do this. Like, I was cleared and I was able to come back and do what I love, because we were at a point where, and he knew this because, you know, he's been around the whole thing. There was like no hope for me coming back and doing this about 2 years ago. I wrestled my last match with him. I did a one-on-one for RBW, and that was my send-off. And then for a year straight, I didn't even think of wrestling. I didn't think anything of it until, you know, I was going through the doctors and they suggested that I could. So now I know that it can be taken away super fast, so I'm trying to do as much as I can with it in the best way possible. And I think I've been able to do that, especially working with Defiance. I think that was the first thing I really wanted to do coming back, because I knew if I don't get to do this again, at least I get to finish it out with it.
Knock on wood, I haven't been injured yet. I've gotten hurt, and people who say it's fake, it doesn't really bother me because they don't do what I do. They're not lacing my boots, they're not lacing my shoes. You know, they're not putting on the kick pads, you know, once, twice here and there. You know what I mean? So like, you know, choreographed, yeah, sure, you can call it that. Rehearsed, yeah, sure, you can call it that. No, a majority of us don't actually hate each other. No, I don't want to actually smack him across the face. Sometimes, it's just those things don't bother me anymore, because when they say it's a laughable thing to say. You know, I don't go up to people and say, you watch Sons of Anarchy, well, you know it's scripted. You watch Walking Dead, well, you know it's scripted, right? I mean, yeah, it's scripted, but the only difference with professional wrestling is that we don't have stunt doubles. We're doing this completely on our own. You know, I could trip and hit my neck off the rope and I could die. You know, I don't mean to scare any upcoming wrestlers, but it's the truth. You know, it's, again, the cliche saying, it's not ballet, but it's the truth. You know, like one small step can to take away everything. And I think that's actually the beauty in it, because it's such a unique art form. And I think if someone were to just take 5 minutes out of their day to watch a short professional wrestling match, I think somewhere between the lines they would find some type of entertainment in it.
It's what I'm hoping to get out of this channel, is hoping somebody will get off the couch and come to a local show. One, it's not $20,000 like WrestleMania. It's $5. You have, what's tonight, 2.5 hours, 3 hours of entertainment. You're sitting 5 feet from the match. If there's somebody you really like, you can go up to them and say, hey, good match. Like, I enjoyed that. I didn't know how good the indies were until I went to my first match last year. And I got hooked immediately as a fan. And I'm hoping more people will come support the local shows. Like, these are tomorrow's stars. Like, especially in Florida, you've got NWA has a home here, NXT has a home here, TNA is here all the time, AEW travels all the time. There's just so much going on. Every town has a promotion. And so you mentioned RBW. Is that a local promotion as well?
Right here, baby Hughies. Yeah, we're running May 23rd. We've got RBW Renaissance.
All right.
So you'll see me, myself, and Chris in action. So May 23rd, 3 p.m. So if anybody's looking to come out to another local wrestling show, we got him right here at Baby Hughies. He's got amazing food, amazing drinks.
He does have good food. I will vouch for that.
He does have good food.
I recommend the wings and the pizza.
I had a calzone today.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Got to give the man props on that. Like,
He knows what he's doing.
do you guys do show, like all your shows are here typically, or?
Mixture, like Spring Hill, Newport Richie, Holiday. Really just trying to get some like indoor venues because Florida Heat's a killer with these shows.
Summer's coming too.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, the major goal sometime in the future is to not only be in Florida for, that much longer, is to kind of spread out. Go to things like Pennsylvania, New York, New Jersey, whatever it is. I mean, that's the whole point of just trying to make it, trying to take it little by little, but that's the whole purpose of just, running these shows and honestly being a professional wrestler is just taking it step by step.
So that was my next question: is what is your main goal for this? Do you guys have a brand you're shooting for, or are you just kind of taking it whatever comes?
So the thing is, when I was younger, I think I had the cliche mindset of I want to go to WWE, I want to go to AEW, I want to be mainstream, I want to be this and that. Like I said before, it goes hand in hand. This is the only thing at the moment that gives me peace of mind or any type of clarity where I don't have to think about something. Obviously, the goal is to make it to those places, but I think I've learned to backtrack a bit, understand where I'm at, and not look for a leap of faith, but taking, like I said, small steps. I think what I want out of this, besides clarity or peace of mind, is providing something for not only myself but for my family and my friends, people who I love and cherish. I hate the fact that my parents still have to work. They're both 50. My dad's 51. I hate seeing them get up in the morning and have to go to work. I hate seeing him have to work. I hate seeing all my friends and family struggle. So when it comes to not only getting a chance to live out my dream, I also want to share whatever valuables or values that I get from it with everyone I love, so that way no one that I'm close to ever has to feel that struggle like I did ever again.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with him in a way. I think everybody's dream is to go to WrestleMania, be the main event, be the mainstream guy, be the next Roman Reigns, John Cena, guys like that. I just want to wrestle. That's all I want to do. I mean, I want to go to Japan. I want to go to Mexico. I want to go to Puerto Rico. I want to wrestle in Ireland. I want to wrestle in the UK. I want to go everywhere. I want to put my name out there because, I mean, sure, I could be the WWE guy, but if I don't make it in WWE, where am I? What do I have? If I go and I make my name and I become somebody that they can't keep their eyes off of, they could hire me and then fire me. I still got my name. And that's kind of how I look at it is WWE is a great, that's your goal, awesome. Of course, we all want to main event WrestleMania. We always want to be the night 2 end of the show, now that they got both nights. So, I mean, that's always the answer. Obviously, that's what I want. But for right now, I'm just happy I get to do this again. I didn't think I'd ever be able to do this again, so it's really cool to get to go back in now and actually enjoy it, not be working hurt all the time. I've got my own personal goals throughout life, and I've pretty much succeeded in those. And I'm just kind of keeping my goals set now on, staying healthy for my family and making sure that I'm, able to do my dream, but in the safest way possible and get my name out there.
Do you guys have any dream matches?
Oh, there's too many to think about. So my idol, my inspiration in life is Jon Moxley. He's been my idol since 2014 when I was 12 years old. Main reason being just the struggles I heard him go through in life was kind of near the same, being an outsider, being an outcast, and that was me growing up. So, I mean, that has to be number one is Jon Moxley. Wherever it is, I don't care where it is, as long as I get to one day wrestle him one-on-one, even if it's a squash match, I don't care. I can get destroyed in 2 minutes. I went toe-to-toe with Jon Moxley, and then I know at that point I made it in life.
I mean, there's a lot of guys, man, like local guys. Guy that I've wanted to wrestle for a long time, Drake Xavier. He works for RBW. I think we're going to get to see that pretty soon. And that's been a dream match of mine for quite a couple of years now since I met him. The dude is just unbelievable in the ring. My brother got to work him recently. Probably my brother's best singles match of his career. Drake's just... God, he's a freak in the ring, man. He's just so damn good. Mainstream-wise, I gotta be honest, I mean, I'm a big Will Ospreay guy. I love Will Ospreay. One of my favorites on the indies. Kenny Omega's another one. Okada would be another dream match of mine. WWE-wise, I mean, I'll always say CM Punk. That's a guy I would just die to be in the ring with. He's retired now, but AJ Styles, that was like forever a dream. And now that he's not around, it's like, oh damn, like, you know, obviously in your head, like, man, that probably would have never happened. But God, if there was that little like 0.001% chance I was gonna get to do it, it's gone now. But they never say never with retiring. Everybody retires and then.
AJ's mentioned he wants to wrestle with his son, who just started getting into wrestling.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it probably means it's a 1 done or 2 done at some point, but
never say never.
you never know. Like, it doesn't have to be WWE.
Yeah, crazier things have happened, man.
Yeah. And it's been cool seeing like the sons of pro wrestlers coming up. Like Stephen Borden is wrestling now, Sting's son.
Yes.
Brody Lee's son
Yes.
just debuted at 14. Just debuted. So I'm feeling old because I'm seeing 3rd generation people coming up, but it is what it is. It's cool seeing the next generations pop up more and more. I have 2 final questions for you guys. Wrestling is all about those big moments. What is your favorite moment, whether it's something you've done or something that inspired you?
So it's a little hard to pick one because I've had plenty of moments that I cherish in wrestling. This is not to be biased since you're sitting next to me, but he had mentioned it before at our second RBW Wrestle Sanction show. That was his final match for quite some time. Again, at the time, we didn't think he was coming back to wrestling at all. I was a real piece of you know what, as like the character and whatnot. So at the end of that match, there was a little brief moment where he had lifted me up on my feet, and the cameras were off. There wasn't anything rolling anymore, and we hugged, and he had whispered in my ear, if you gotta protect your character, do what you gotta do. You do what you gotta do. You can hit me, you can, low blow me, whatever. And I just said no. I don't want that. I don't care about the cameras. I don't care about the character right now. This is real. And I think any real moment in wrestling hits me harder.
Yeah.
Because I just appreciate the little things. And that was definitely a more surreal, thankful moment I had, being able to do that. But now he's back. So, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think I kind of share that moment with him. It was special, knowing that was the end at the time, and that at the time they said there was not a chance I could come back. Like they told guys like Edge that, Daniel Bryan, Paige, like they've all been told they can't, and then, you work hard enough and you can get back. But I didn't think it was really for me. And it was like the first time, I think, knowing I was done, because I knew I was done for quite a few months, like that I was coming to the end. That bell rang, I was like at peace with it. Like, I mean, we did probably possibly the coolest match RBW ever had. It was just chaos and just thumbtacks and Legos and cookie sheets and tables and just something we hadn't gotten to do together. And it was just so like, yeah, I'm okay now. Like, I'm okay with this. And getting to hug him and be in the ring with my family and having all my family there, my kids were there, getting to see me one last time, like, that was a special moment for me. And I think knowing that, like he said, you don't get a lot of those real raw moments in wrestling to where you can turn off the cameras and be you, like the person. And getting to be the person and just show like I was vulnerable for that few minutes, like, and get to have my brother, my best friend, and my family watching as I got to say goodbye. Like, that was, not a lot of wrestlers get that, They don't get that I'm going to get to say goodbye moment. A lot of them, it just comes out of the air, and I pushed myself through it, stupidly. But I don't regret it. And it's something I will say is probably the best moment I've ever had in wrestling.
That's actually one of my biggest pet peeves with wrestling is they have their last match and they don't tell anybody.
Yeah.
They just ride off into the sunset and that's it. Like, as a fan, I want to be able to say goodbye to my people that I grew up watching. Like Steve Austin, I didn't know his last match was with The Rock. He just disappeared for 15 years.
Yeah.
So it's very cool to hear that you guys got to have that. Like the moments where they're not the character. Like for me, it's when Edge came back in the Rumble. There's like 2 seconds when he walks through the fog and stops, and his eyes get big and his mouth kind of hangs open. He's looking around. It's like, that's not Edge. That's Adam. Just shocked by the crowd, just him, and then you see it snap back into character, and spears 10 people and all that.
I think any moment I get to share with my cousin and my brother, not a lot of people get to say they can do that with their own family. I'm just grateful that we all came up wanting the same thing. Because I kind of found myself in different paths. Like I used to make music. I don't really do it anymore, mainly because this is all I want now. My passions changed left and right a lot, but now I'm kind of in a consistent area where I just want to be a wrestler. So I would say, yeah, besides the moment with him at Wrestling Section, I would say any moment I get to share with them, Devin Saban and Alex Ramos, is just a blessing to me.
Nice. And final question is, where can I find you?
My name is Christopher Ruins. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. I think that's it. I don't have much. I mean, mainly Instagram. So if you want to find a lot of my stuff, I'm on Instagram.
Same. Alex Ramos Wrestling on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube. I believe that's it for now. I'm not super consistent with my social media, but I do have my stuff on there where you can find me, kind of, you know, where I'll be. We've got our company, Real Brutal Wrestling, RBW. If you follow us on there, you'll get to see shows that are coming up, all of our content online. We wrestle for places like UFW, Anchor Pro, AMP, more currently, RBW. Like, if it's in Florida, we'll find a way there.
All right. And RBW, is that Real Brutal Wrestling on Facebook and everything else? All right.
Yeah, that's it.
Cool. Thank you guys so much for being on the show.
Thank
man.
you.
It's been great talking to you guys.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.